Welcome to the Devonshire Diz, a Devonshire take on all things Disney. Today, after a short break, we're back for part 2 with Taylasoldastime and a walk through Walt Disney Studios at Disneyland Paris. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Devonshire Diz. I'm here for part 2 of our Disneyland Paris discussion with Ashleigh and Adam, Taylasoldastime. Welcome back, guys. How are we doing?
Hello.
Yeah, not bad yourself?
Good, yeah, all good this side. On my own this side today, Lauren unfortunately is tending to the newborn. As we mentioned on our Instagram page, we have a new Mouseketeer in the house. His name is Noah. He has great timing. He woke up just as we were going to hit record to this and needs a good feed and a pat on the back by mum. So she's going to sit this one out. But I've got a lot of notes from Loz and a lot of thoughts and opinions that Loz has. So I'll try and pepper them in alongside mine and yourselves, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
Thank you, everyone who listened to part 1. If you haven't listened to part 1, we covered Disneyland Park in Disneyland Paris. It was a good old conversation, our longest podcast episode. And we were
No.
and we were mentioning off air that we've both got a lot to say when it comes to Walt Disney Studios Park. So strap yourself in. If you haven't got a drink, I suggest press pause, go get yourself a brew, get yourself a snack, come back and listen to us ramble on about Walt Disney Studios Park. So to begin with, we have a little bit of a time lapse when it comes to part 1 and part 2. Main reason, obviously, newborn in the house, taking a little bit of time to adjust. Also, it's given you guys a opportunity to head back into the magic as well and see some of the new bits and pieces like shows, etc., that's happened in studios. So I look forward to hearing all about that as well.
Yeah.
Also, early doors, let's give your vlogs a plug. There is a Disneyland Paris vlog series up and running on your YouTube channel at this minute. Loz and I are tuned in. I'm sure we're one of many that are enjoying it. And yeah, if you haven't already, go into YouTube, find Taylasoldastime. I'll pop a link in the description to this podcast episode and follow along with all of Ashleigh and Adam and family's magical adventures into Disneyland Paris and beyond.
Ooh, thank you. That was a great plug.
I'm in my office chair, see, I feel a little bit more pro today instead of on the sofa. Okay, cool. So Walt Disney Studios Park. To start with, as I mentioned in part 1, Loz and I haven't been for a long time when it comes to Disneyland Paris, and we were looking forward to heading back into Disneyland Paris to mainly check out that park, because that park has just had such a change over the last few years. How are you guys finding the whole evolution of the Walt Disney Studios Park recently?
Well, I think we're one of the minorities really that have always loved it. We first went, all of us, like, what was it, 2018?
Yeah.
And it's always been one of our favourites out of the two.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed it.
I've always really loved Studios. But it has gone through some major changes, or it's going through some major changes.
Yeah, I think it's got different things to offer than the other park, isn't it? Obviously, a lot more shows. Even rides-wise, people say, oh, there's not many rides and stuff. But if you actually list how many rides there are, there's a decent amount of rides for all ages as well, isn't there? Which is always good for us.
All the changes they've made have been positive. Like the Ratatouille area is so lovely, isn't it? Like,
I just love it. Yeah.
Just go down. It doesn't feel like an addition, but it is because we haven't not seen it, if you know what I mean.
No.
And the Marvel Land.
Yeah, Marvel Land's great, yeah.
Yes, yeah, we were really excited to see that new land. Shame to lose Rock and Roller Coaster, because that was one of my favourite rides back in the day. A bit of Aerosmith. Everyone loves a bit of Aerosmith, but actually it was a great addition to that ride as well as the land, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite overwhelming, I think, the first time we saw it, because it was just so busy because it was still quite new. But like, say the last trip we went on, like every time we've been, I think
it gets up,
got more
a bit
and
quieter
more.
and quieter, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you can just enjoy it a bit more, because if it's gridlocked, you can't see all the little like details and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so there's still things to explore there. We haven't been in everywhere there, have we? But it's a great addition, I would say.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to Frozen for sure, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, it's going to be fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that you've recently headed back over. What's the construction site looking like there? Have you had a peek through the curtain there? Can you see what's going on?
You can't really see through, can you? But the best place to see from is you go on the parachute ride, don't you? The Toy Soldier parachute
Oh yes.
ride. And if you sit in a good place with that, you can see over and see it all. And yeah, you can really see it coming along well, can't you? I think all the foundations are there, and you can see a lot of the buildings going up now as well. So yeah, no, it's looking good.
So the plan that I've seen online for Studios Park seems to be like a initial walkway going down to this Frozen land, which has like a Rapunzel section, and I think there's like a Mary Poppins walkway or something like that. It's going to be interesting to have that through the stem of the park, and then having Hollywood Tower Hotel as the first thing that comes into your eyesight when you walk through the entrance. I wonder what they're going to do with Tower of Terror. Do you think that days are numbered, or do you think that's a staple and it's got to stay?
I really hope they keep it.
I hope they keep it. There's talk of them trying to change it to like with Marvel, because it's right by the Marvel land, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Like that, but we want it to stay. Yeah, to Guardians. Yeah. But we hope it stays, because
I wouldn't be too surprised if they do that, to be honest, because it's literally just on the edge, isn't it? It's just right there next to Marvel Land. So yeah, I hope they don't, because I think it's a classic. But I don't know. It's like you said with the whole, the new walkway. Are they going to want it there as a focal point, or are they going to draw you in with the new stuff?
The thing is, even the new stuff though is quite. You go past all of that, whatever they change it to. You still go past that, don't you, to then see it all. It's not like they're changing anything that's already there.
Oh, you never know.
It's they're adding a whole new section, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's not like anything's changing. It's like a whole new area's coming. So
yeah, but I find the walkway like what they're going to do a bit disjointed. They randomly put kind of a princess vibe down the walkway where you've got Mary Poppins on the left, and then you've got, like you said, the Rapunzel, and then I think there's talk of another princess like eating place.
Oh, okay.
On the right hand corner. I don't know if that's going to be a Frozen princess eating place or princess, but they're going to add a ride there as well, aren't they?
Are they going to
princess ride?
Still do a new Toy Story ride?
Well, I don't. This is
because there was talk of them doing the like the one in America, the alien ride, the spinny one.
Oh, the swirling saucers. Yeah.
Yeah, there was talk of them putting that there, wasn't there?
But cool.
Not on the walkway though.
No, just on the side of it, like between the Toy Story land and the walkway.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've definitely got space. If you look closely on the drawings. On the drawings that they've made.
Yeah.
The big concept art.
Yeah. Concept art, yes. Love it. It was the drawing.
If you look closely, there seems to be a small drawing of something, and it doesn't look princessy, but they haven't said, so who knows. But I do hope they keep Tower of Terror, because it is a great ride.
Yeah, definitely.
Before it closes.
Yeah.
This is the thing, it's countdown for a lot of those attractions, isn't it? You don't want to miss out. I've heard good things of the Guardians of the Galaxy overlay in California. I know a couple of people who've been over and experienced it, and they say it's a completely different ride, even though obviously the concept is very similar. But there's something about Hollywood Tower Hotel and that whole storyline. I really do hope it stays, but I personally do think its days are going to be numbered once, all of these new additions come in.
Because they've changed it, haven't they, in the last couple of years? Because there used to be just the same thing, didn't it?
Like a sequence.
Same sequence all the time. And about a year, 2 years ago, didn't they? There's like 3 different sequences, isn't there?
Oh, really? I didn't know there was like a different storyline dependent.
Yeah, there's 3 different storylines, and also the sequence of drops is different on each one. So, but obviously, to the cast members where you go. But yeah, one of them that we seem to always get is so severe.
Oh, it's crazy. It always seems at the start like you have to go up before you drop, but it seems to drop straight away, doesn't it? Which I don't understand how it would unless you're going underground.
Yeah.
But, it's great fun, though. We love it.
What about kids? Does everyone a fan? Obviously, Madison's a bit too young at the minute.
Yeah, they all go on it.
Isabella's the best one.
Yeah, Isabel.
The boys would do it the boys went through a phase of not really not liking it, but being a bit like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, but the problem is, I think that's me. I think because when I'm next to them, I'm grabbing their hands, putting their hands in the air. They're desperately trying to hold on, and I just keep tickling them and putting their hands in the air, which they're petrified to do. So then they say, "Oh, I'm not going on because of that." So
no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it 1 second.
Yeah.
He tried to sit with me once, but he hasn't done it since.
Yeah.
Just one time.
Yeah, I got a few dabs that day.
Yeah. But Isabel, I scream, and so does Adam. Scream our heads off.
Yeah.
And I feel,
She loves it though, doesn't she?
But
She'll make a beeline to it.
sits there like, oh yeah, this is great. She doesn't make a noise. It's very weird.
Good on her. Good on her.
She's got a t-shirt, hasn't she, that we got her to celebrate?
Yes, we caught that in the vlogs.
To go on. We said if you go on, we'll get you something, and she went on and hasn't looked back since, has she?
No.
Great
but
stuff.
But we did that at the end of our trip, our first trip after COVID, and it was at the very end of the trip. And then we said, right, we'll get you something to like say well done. So then we went again in the November, and we went on it, and she said, "Oh right, can I have something now?"
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, so every time we go on it, you get something.
She knows the game.
Yeah.
Awesome. So moving back across over to the new Marvel Land and the rides that they got there, what's top? Is it Web Slingers?
Yeah, we love Web Slingers, don't we?
Yeah, we would. Yeah, I feel, I don't know if it's an age thing now that I'm getting older, but I feel that Flight Force is a bit extreme for me.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't feel like it was extreme when it was Rock and Roller Coaster.
See, I'm like you. I preferred Rock and Roller Coaster. I didn't Flight Force didn't really do much for me as such. I did prefer the music with Aerosmith, and I prefer that whole. It just felt like, I don't know. This one, you just seemed like you just going around. It just doesn't seem. It doesn't have the same feel for me.
It's more of an experience, I think, Rock and Roller Coaster in general, from start to finish. I would say maybe, but it is a good ride.
It is good. Yeah.
It's good that they've kept the original, and although it took them so long, you wonder what they did when they were keeping the track and stuff. But
because the ride's already there, isn't it? It was just like the projections more than anything that they needed, and that animatronic for Iron Man, which I think took a fair amount of the budget by the sounds of it.
Yeah, he's good though, isn't he? He's good.
Yeah. Did you do a single? Was it a single rider for you? Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, which actually was good and bad. You know, you get to the front of the queue a lot quicker doing single rider, and I flew in and headed back to Loz and Penny at the time. But because I went single rider, I didn't see the animatronic for Iron Man, which is a shame. Yeah, so I didn't get to see, you know, what they blew the budget on. But the ride was still good. I mean, like you said, missed the music. The projections were okay, but by the time your head's banging from side to side and 30 seconds is over, it can really take in, you know, the storyline for it. So they could do with, you know, updating it over time, I reckon. But Web Slingers outside was definitely the better ride.
It's lovely that it's a family ride as well. And I think it's all height, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Noah can get straight on that,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Slinging his
He's got the actions already. He's throwing his hands around at the minute. He doesn't know what he's doing, but I'm sure he'll beat me for the score, definitely.
Yeah, it's a great ride.
It is good.
I'm glad they brought that. I always find it quite funny, you know, like the pre-show when Spider-Man's chatting away, that they've used the California one where he's chatting away in English, but they've just gone, oh, we'll just put
French over the top.
Over the top of this, and it's so out of sync.
Our little trick to the fact that everyone rushes to the front to watch it. If you stand right at the back to the left-hand side, then when the doors open, you can just rush through, and you're the first one in to then join the queue. Whereas everyone goes to the front, and then you're behind all them people, aren't you? So but it was just that, being the Iron Man there, wasn't it? You sort of, instead of just standing right in front of him looking at him, you go completely over to the right hand side, don't you?
Yes, in Flight Force.
To go straight in rather than waiting behind everyone.
Yeah, good move, good tip, definitely. I love
these moves.
Oh yeah, I'm not a queuer if I don't have to.
Don't need to see it. You've seen it once. You don't need to see it again.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah, just get on the ride and get on to the next.
Yeah.
I do find web slingers quite a workout though.
Oh yeah.
By the end of it, I'm literally like, whoa.
You couldn't go on one time after the other, could you? You need a bit of a rest between the 2 times.
Yeah, definitely. It gave you arm ache at the end of it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you really want to go, 110% to try and get a high score on that, you got to, like I said, give yourself half hour afterwards to recover.
I always think it's on rides like that. I always think it's a shame that they haven't put a photo in it, because that would be a photo, seeing everyone like a buzz type photo.
Yeah,
and
that
you're
would
like,
be a good.
Yeah.
I know you can't
definitely.
do that, so I sound a bit silly. But
Yeah, but that would be.
I'm slinging my webs.
Yeah.
Well, like a video, just like, try and do like a short video thing.
Yeah,
I know they do it in some rides in Florida. I don't know if they do it in Disneyland Paris at all for any rides, but they could, throw a short video clip.
They do it for the Marvel meet and greet.
Oh yes, yeah, they do, yeah.
One of those.
Yeah,
obviously it's not quite the same as the.
Not all of them though, do
attraction.
they? It's just there's only one of them that they do it for, though, don't they? They don't do it for all the meets.
It's just like a 180 camera that goes.
Yeah.
How is that? How are those meet and greets? Because they look pretty cool. We didn't have a chance to go to.
We really like that. I think they're hit and miss with who you get. I mean, we've seen Spider-Man twice, and the first time it was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? He was literally bouncing off the walls. He was laughing and joking. Yeah, I think the second one was in a bit of a rush, wasn't he? And
I think enough that day.
Yeah. But no, they are really good though, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a well themed area as well, and I think they're still ironing out a couple of mishaps, because I think like when you rely on the technology and the technology glitches, I think every time we've been, there's been a problem.
Really.
Whether it's that something's down or that you can get your thing, your call back to go in, and you have to show your app, but you can still sit in there for a good 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's especially the Spider-Man one, that seems to be the longest.
And we sat there for about 25 minutes, and we got to the front of the Spider-Man queue for them to say, "Oh, there's a problem, and you're not going to meet him today," which I understand does happen, but that you don't really get that say with like a Mickey Mouse meet and greet, because there's no technology involved or whatever. So. Yeah, I think there's still a couple of things.
But then again, a Mickey Mouse meet can be like a 1.5, 2 hour wait, can't it? So it's weighing up that technology to try and get you in quicker, but then, like I said, sometimes not being able to then do it. So and we met. Who else did we meet? We met Captain Marvel, didn't we? Yeah. She was really good. Really good.
Yeah, I don't think we've met anybody else in there.
No.
It's been Captain Marvel both times.
Yeah, I met her a couple of times.
But she's a very good meet, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our children haven't seen the film, so not too sure who she is, but.
Who's that?
Yeah, it was nice.
She's in the Bible, so I suppose it's.
Yeah.
Hey, we only watched it probably a couple of months ago. I didn't have a clue it was. We saw the statue when we were over there in March and was like, I know that's something to do with Marvel, but I'm not sure who or why she's so important.
Is that the one outside
the hotel?
New York?
Yeah. Actually, do we?
I don't understand that, because she doesn't ever really look like that, apart from one part in one of the Avenger films. It's a peculiar thing to pick for the statue that's going to be there for, I imagine, quite a long time.
Yeah.
With the helmet and then
That's it. Yeah, with a mohawk thing. Yeah.
I didn't really know who she was to start with, but if she'd have just had if they'd have done her as normal with her like get up on, but with her blonde hair, I would have known straight away. So,
they do loads of other good
thought on that.
Yeah, I agree. It's strange. It's a strange character out of all of the Marvel universe. It's a strange character to pick to have, especially because that would be if you're walking from, say, the other hotels or whatever. That's the first point of Marvel you see for that hotel. You'd think it would be someone like, I don't know, Iron Man or Black Panther on that side instead of being over the other. Interesting. Not to throw a load of shade onto Captain Marvel. I'm sure she's really important.
Well, she does save them all there, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She does save them all, but not with their mohawk. Never mind.
There's some other good meets around. Just going around though, isn't there? They often have like Thor
they have a lot of characters
and Loki, don't they?
Yeah.
just randomly coming out, and
Spider-Man up on the top.
Yeah,
Above
yeah.
web slingers. That's
Yeah.
always good.
That's something they've missed, haven't they? In especially studios, I don't recall ever seeing just characters walking around unless it was like a parade or post parade or whatever. It's nice to see just characters milling about and greeting guests and having a quick photo and stuff.
There's a photo opportunity with like Ant-Man and stuff. We've never done it though, have we? Just as you go in on the left-hand side, there's a little area.
Oh, cool.
For meeting there, but
yeah, that's normally Ant-Man. Sometimes
Ant-Man
I think
the Wasp,
the Wasp
isn't
has
it?
been there a few times.
Yeah.
Awesome. I didn't even know that was there.
We've more seen that on other people's vlogs. I don't think we've ever actually seen.
No, I've never seen them out
ourselves.
No.
And there's a nice Guardians of the Galaxy little dancing little show. That
they come out. The two of them come out, don't they? And
yeah, that's quite nice. And
where's that? On just the main floor?
Yeah, just outside the what's it called? What's that right? Is it Avengers Assemble?
The Flight Force.
The Flight Force, yeah. Just outside of there, just that area there.
Okay.
They make like a little half circle, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, great stuff. What about the E3s that are there? Have you been in both of the restaurants?
No, we've done Pim's.
Been Pim's.
Yeah. Love a buffet.
Yeah. It looks a good one, to be fair.
Oh, it was very good. Yeah, we've heard mixed reviews about it, didn't we? Before going, we it's all difference of opinion, isn't it? But yeah, we didn't know what to expect, but we really liked it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Really well themed in there as well.
Yeah, they've got a kids section, which me being the very exotic eater that I am, gravitate towards. But it's nice that they have one because they don't all have one, so it's good for fussy eaters. But yeah, the concept of the big food litter.
The big food litter. Yeah, it's nice. It's not just a themed area; it's a theme to the food as well, isn't it? It's
yeah. The bathroom situation is a bit weird because they've obviously built this new area and stuff, and then they've put the bathrooms there as a shared area between the both eating places.
Yeah, but it's not. It's between both eating places, and people from outside can use it as well. So you've got three things. You've got people from the Pim kitchen, what's the other food place called?
Stark Industries.
Yeah,
quick service thing. Yeah.
And you've got people that are just walking around the.
It's just like the nearest toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So you've got three lots of areas all going into the same toilet, which
if you've paid quite a lot. I mean, these buffets are not cheap, are they? So
no.
To wait 10 minutes in a queue for the toilet when you're trying to have like a nice eating experience is a bit bizarre. I don't really know the thinking of.
It's a bit awkward as well because you come in from the other side to the people that are coming in from the other side, if you know what I mean. So you come in through the door and then you can see a queue coming from the other side. You've almost got to walk past everyone to go and join that queue. It's a bit strange, really, but
need more marble toilets then, by the sounds of it.
Yeah. Might start a petition.
I'm sure there already is one. I'm sure there already is one.
Have you guys tried any of the food in the Marvel?
No. I think when we were there, it was so busy that we decided to head out to the village and eat for the afternoon, and then we popped over to Disneyland Park for the late evening, the early evening afterwards. I think we went and ate in the sports bar just in Disney Village instead of grabbing something in the park. So no, but I think if we were to choose of the two, we definitely want to try Pim's Kitchen again one day, just to have that experience, like you said, the theming of it as well as the food.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah,
and just make sure we go to the loo before we sit down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the toilet on the way into Marvel Land, and then Isabel ordered an apple juice, and it came in like a chemistry kind of.
Not a test tube. What was it like a?
I don't know what the word is.
Like a tube that opens into a triangle.
I'm doing this with my hands.
But she was amazed by that, wasn't she?
Yeah, I don't know what the word would be. You know, like a
a beaker, like a triangle beaker.
But like one that goes in and then out. So it's very like scientific type thing. Cool. He was very excited with that.
The whole theming of the area looks pretty good from top to bottom, doesn't it? It's good to see that they've had investment in that area and they've they've taken it the whole 9 yards. A lot of the early doors sort of complaints of Disneyland Paris was that it was a rush job and they didn't have the same sort of level of theming and decoration as, say, like a Walt Disney World, etc. So it's good to see that they're really investing into it, even if there are a few kinks with technology here and there.
Yeah.
There's another food place as well, isn't there? When you walk around the back bit to then go behind Terra, there's a fast food place, but we've never eaten there, have we? I don't even know what that.
It was
I
there
think they
before.
do like
it was,
toasties, don't
but I
Or a
think
little diner or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
they've incorporated it into the Marvel theme, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
But
they
it's quite nice, the food there, doesn't it? But we've never really, well, we've never been in there, have we? But it looks quite
No.
nice, though.
No, but if you're walking past.
Yeah, a bit quieter around there, it seems, as well.
Oh, yeah. Much walking out that way.
Yeah.
There's no crowds there.
Quieter now, but you wait until
that's going to be the busy time, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be like a conveyor belt going over to Frozen Land, that side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before they make Frozen Land, the crossover from that area that you're talking about is over to the World of Pixar. How do you find World of Pixar at the moment with little ones? I bet Madison is beside herself, being such a fan of Toy Story, etc.
Yeah.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
And Isabel loves it as well, because one of our favourite rides, RC Racer.
See, she's a thrill seeker. She's just an absolute thrill seeker.
That's her favourite ride. So there's rides for all ages there, isn't there? So it's good.
Yeah, I think they've done a lovely job with the room that they've got. You know, like the area that they can cover. I think they've done a really good job, because obviously, like in Florida, the parks are so much bigger. They've got so much more space to play with and to put some amazing rides. But I think with the space that they have there, I do think they've done a good job.
Yeah.
And the theming's great as well, isn't it?
Have they added to the theming recently? Because when we went in there in March, we just noticed a lot more. I don't know if it's because we just were on, penny speed walking around, so we had a little bit more time to look around. But it was like the fairy lights in the sky and a few other little bits and pieces. I was thinking to myself, last time we came, and bearing in mind it was a fair few years ago, I just didn't think there was that level of theming in that area. There seems to be loads in there now.
Yeah. I know they've added recently, like next to the big Buzz statue opposite, they've got like a barrier, like a normal barrier, but then they've added like the potato heads, etch, and he's drawn a picture of Jessie and Ham, and maybe someone else, I can't think who. That's a new, definitely a new.
That's a new thing. Yeah, I think you were just looking down the whole time, because the lights have been there the whole time.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah.
But even when you look down, like the
if you look at all the little things,
the little details on the ground where there's big, like Andy-sized footsteps and things, it's so clever.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? I mean, we've been a few times, and each time we go, I think we do notice little things different each time. But you don't notice them each time, do you? It's it's very good what they've done, isn't it?
Yeah. I've not been across to World of Pixar at night yet, but I guess at night they have it all illuminated with the lights and everything. I bet it looks fab at night.
Yeah, it is great there, isn't it, at night time?
Yeah, I think last time we were there at night time, it was quite foggy though, which was a shame, because we didn't get to see the whole. I think the fog came down. Do you remember when we went to Ratatouille?
Yeah. It's lit up very well though. Yeah, it's.
Ratatouille is lovely in the dark as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially around Christmas time, because they put lights in the trees and it's lovely.
Yeah, we like it down there. That little area down there is lovely, isn't it?
It's like you're just going into Paris just for a little bit, even though you already are in Paris.
Yeah.
But before getting there, they've got that Toy Story shop, haven't they? That is very rarely open.
Yeah. The barrel of monkeys one, the blue one.
Yes. Yeah.
They very rarely open it, do they?
Isn't it?
There's a shop down there.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That big blue, the big blue barrel.
A tiny Toy Story shop, but I've seen it open maybe once. All the times we've been.
Yeah, it's really random.
Very random.
Because the tunnel through to Ratatouille, is that part of a Barrel of Monkeys theming? Is it like the other part, which is a shop? Is it?
So, yeah.
Interesting. I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah. It looks like the six of us couldn't fit in.
I
It's a
think
very
it's
small
probably,
shop.
it's probably about 10 foot deep. That's it. It's just
Yeah,
wide.
yeah.
Literally, it's really small. But yeah, they should open it more because it's yeah, it would just be nice in that little area, wouldn't it, to have a little shop down there? But
Yeah, especially if
Yeah.
it's close to the entrance and an exit of that land. You'd think that's
Yeah,
prime
yeah.
prime position for a shop, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. Or for Toy Story Land to have a Toy Story shop.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I know when Madison's around, just that. Oh,
Well,
wow.
it makes a beeline for it, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would spend a lot of money. It's like, I suppose it's like Buzz when you come out of Buzz. Sorry to go into the other part quickly, but you
Yeah.
go to the shop and like Madison was so big on getting a Buzz toy,
Yeah.
and we did buy her a Buzz toy on the way out. Like
We had to, didn't we?
well, yeah, she was not
When we got out
going
the shop, I
until
was
we
like, "Why?"
purchased
But-
it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it would make sense to try and get that shop open more for sales, if anything
Mm.
else. But
Did he have any Toy Story or Pixar meet and greets in the world of Pixar?
They do up
not.
by.
The,
No,
yeah,
not,
they
You can meet
do.
Buzz, can't you?
Yeah, you know, by Crush's Coaster, just up and round.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got two meet and greet areas there, and it was shut to retheme it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they've opened it up now, and it's all been rethemed into the, you know, like the Pixar thing that they're looking in at kind of doing a bit more there. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think we've met Jessie there, and years ago we've met Buzz there, haven't we? Which is nice, and I think the Incredibles will do a meet there sometimes as well, which is quite nice.
That'd be cool.
To skip ahead here, I saw some news today as well that I haven't told you yet.
Oh, breaking news! Love that.
Yeah, apparently, in January they're closing the Magic Carpets, and they don't think they're going to reopen them because they're going to then bring in the Pixar thing right along there, and yeah, the word is that they're going to change it.
It'd be good though when it's
totally.
to tie it all in down there. We do like magic carpets. Yeah. But they'll probably keep the same.
The fake genie.
Yeah.
It's like Studios Dumbo. It's like a staple.
Yeah. But they could just keep it and retheme it as something else. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But
Looking at the official Walt Disney Studios Park map, it mentions that the area is Toon Studio, and the Aladdin carpet seems to be just like on the cusp. But you think that's probably going to be engulfed by Pixar if they're going to, you know, retheme that to something else. Makes sense.
Yeah.
They have a Monsters Inc. meet and greet there as well, don't they? Which is sort of like to the side, and you think, yeah, maybe Aladdin, that sort of IP is in the middle of a whole world of Pixar.
Yeah, it definitely sticks out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got the cars, the spinny cars ride, as we like to call it.
Love the spinny cars ride.
Did you guys do that?
Yeah, Loz and Penny did it when I went single rider, and I did it on a previous trip as well, and it kicks you around, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, I don't know if the video's come out yet. I don't know if it's the vlog that still needs to be uploaded for Friday.
At the time of this recording, when you are listening to this in your ears, I can assure you that vlog has been out, and yeah, you have to watch it. You have to watch it.
Adam thought it would be a good idea to put the girls in the front together and me and Adam in the back. And honestly, Madison nearly fell out. The woman in the tannoy kept saying, "Keep your arms in at all times." But I'm like this, just because she's laughing her head off. She don't care, but she's literally flying towards the exit. Oh my God, Adam, she's falling out.
We love that ride though, don't we?
It's very underrated.
People never really say about it, but I think it's really good, isn't it?
We really like it.
Yeah. It was definitely one of Loz's favourite rides in Studios for sure. She loved it. She's not the biggest of thrill seekers, but she said as far as thrill rides go, that was definitely up there for her. It certainly wasn't just a kiddie ride.
No, it's really quite extreme. Yeah, and one of the rides we all did together when we bumped into each other randomly.
Yes,
the Cars tram tour, wasn't it? We were literally, it was just such a coincidence.
You were just about to get on, weren't you? You were literally just sorting out stuff by the buggy, weren't you? And then you tried to escape us, but we found you.
You were looking at the floors.
See, if I didn't take someone's advice of looking up, we could have got away with it. But
Yeah.
no, it was great. That ride, looking online at the vlogs when they changed it from the backlot tour and everything, I got to admit, I was a little bit skeptical. I thought it's only just like a taxi journey to the canyon and then a taxi journey back sort of thing. But actually, it was really good fun. I thought it was great.
Yeah, don't they? That's what you want to see, that main bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bit. But
The
it's,
Catastrophe Canyon bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot more cars theming around in the journey as well. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. I don't know if it's just because it's on a vlogging, you're not necessarily there. It doesn't transpire as well over a video, but it's pretty good. There's a lot to see and do in that journey, as well as just getting to the canyon and getting wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer it to the original like backlot tour.
Yeah, I think before, well, for me, it didn't seem to really flow before. They seemed to just have a load of random things on the side of the road, just dotted around, and then you went past them, and then you sort of before. But I think they've tried to tie it in. It's a lot shorter now, and they've tried to tie it in a little bit more, rather than having everything here, there, and everywhere, really. But yeah.
Did you guys do the original?
Yeah, we did it. Last time we went, all I remember is Jeremy Irons talking to you on a TV, and then London burnt to a crisp. I think that was the two things that I really took from the backlot tour.
Yeah, and I didn't even know what that film was from. They were telling me it was from a film, but I didn't really believe that because I've never heard of this film.
No, I get the whole take of, the Walt Disney Studios Park, and obviously the MGM Studios or Hollywood Studios now, and Walt Disney World have their own backlot tour, which invariably is gone as well. Yeah. So I get that sort of tie-in of trying to keep it as like studio props and behind the scenes, etc. But yeah, maybe it just doesn't fit that sort of theming of what studios is these days. So I think the Cars version is a good addition.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's something that's going to stay long term. I don't know if it was just something that's a little gap, like a stopgap until they open up like Frozen and stuff.
It's a good space, isn't it? It's a good space to add, different attractions or maybe some princess shops to go with all of the different rides they're talking about.
But they've made it a nice area.
Yeah, I like it. It's a nice walk up there, isn't it? It's nice and quiet.
Yeah.
A little walk up there, nice and quiet.
I like the Toy Story scenes. Like the either side, they've painted the gates, haven't they?
Yeah.
With Toy Story.
Nice to have some
stuff.
pictures there, isn't
nice there.
Have you heard what they're doing on the other side with where the stunt show was?
No.
We don't quite know what it is, but they're saying next year they're making it into a Alice in Wonderland.
A show.
A show. Yeah.
A show. Oh. Yeah. Well, like an outdoor show.
Yeah.
Which is really random because you'd think that would be in the other park, wouldn't you? That's what we were saying. We found out, and it's sort of behind the Marvel Land.
Yeah.
I don't know if there'll be access to it via the pathway going up towards Frozen. I don't know if there'll be access to it there. Maybe that would make more sense, wouldn't it? But
I find it a bit confusing because I feel like on one hand they're trying to really tie things in, like a Pixar area, a Marvel area, and all of a sudden they seem to be going
Alice
back on it with.
Doesn't really make much sense, does it?
Mm.
Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. Be nice though, won't it? It's a nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I do find it quite random of all the things they could do.
Because that's a massive area, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so much seat in there as well, isn't there?
And you loved the stunt show, didn't you? Before the stunt, I loved it, but you didn't like it, did you?
A one-time thing is adequate.
Yeah.
Once you've seen it, you've seen it.
I liked it, and the boys liked it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think it's just all the loud bangs and.
Did you guys enjoy it back in the day before it closed?
Yeah, we watched it. I know what you mean. We watched it in Paris, and we also watched it in Florida. It's exactly the same ride, or exactly the same show even. And yeah, once you've seen a couple of Vauxhall Corsas do a couple of twirls, then you don't need.
Still impresses me.
I mean, I couldn't do it in my car, but so hats off to them for being able to do it. But I do what you mean. And in Paris, obviously, if you catch on a cold, wet day, the wind does whip around in that area, doesn't it? So it's probably something they've got to consider if they are going to do like a family-friendly Alice in Wonderland show. I suppose with the concept art that they've mentioned, the Mary Poppins area, that's over on sort of that side, the left-hand side as you look at it. So maybe Alice in Wonderland, Mary Poppins is going to sort of tie in, but I'm clutching at straws a little bit.
You've got a big Alice in Wonderland thing in the other park.
Yeah.
With the labyrinth stuff. It's.
I mean, you could have turned it into something really new, like a Tiana. I know there's not, do you know what I mean? I just find Alice in Wonderland an odd choice, but I'm sure it'd be good. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but still don't understand it.
A little bit interesting. There's not a live action being created for. I haven't seen any news of a new Alice in Wonderland variation coming out. Is it going to be themed as the animated version or like did Tim Burton bring out an Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, I think he brought out a couple in the end, didn't he? Because Johnny Depp was.
Yeah.
I really liked the first one actually. I thought it was really good.
I think I've definitely seen the animated version, but I don't think I've seen any of the live action or the more modern versions of them. Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. All these new additions to the park. It's good to see that there is, all of this happening in studios, isn't it? It's good that it's evolving.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see the Frozen land when it eventually comes, and I'd love them to bring Star Wars like they originally said. I know it's kind of gone on the back burner. We don't really know what's going to happen.
Wasn't there talking when they did say Star Wars, and then didn't they say possibly like a Lion King? Am I going to have like a Lion King?
Yeah, Lion King too. Yeah.
But even for now, like the Frozen land being added to what they have got there now will be really good, won't it?
Have you guys had a bit of a spoiler and had a look at the Hong Kong version that's just ready to be opened?
We haven't. I haven't seen much of that. Actually.
I've seen pictures. I haven't looked at. I think we'll probably look at some vlogs when it comes.
Yeah.
When it comes out. When it opens.
Yeah.
I've heard there's a zoo. Is it Zootopia?
There is a Zootopia that's being opened over there. Yeah. And California, I think, as well.
I wonder if that could be an option for them, because they seem to like things that they've kind of really put a lot of work in, and then they can see it visually, and then they kind of put I don't know if copycat's the right word, but you know what I mean, like Star Wars, they've recreated.
Well, it's like Ratatouille, isn't it? I mean, it's been in Paris for years, hasn't it? And it's then like just gone over to America in the last couple of years.
But that's what I mean, that sort of thing. They might put something like that there, I suppose. You never know. They might not do anything with it now. They might just leave it for a while. Who knows?
Where is the area? The area for the Star Wars land / Lion King / something else? That's like behind Flight Force?
Yeah, it's like to the left. Like if you go down the new walkway that will be there eventually, it's to the left.
Just certainly got some room that side to expand. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's the walkway when we've stayed at the Airbnb. That
area when we walked down there, because you can see loads of the construction when you walk down.
Yeah.
Walk down from there. And
you can see Tower of
Terror. It's a massive area, isn't it?
Really.
Yeah. Yeah, if they own that, then they could make something big there, couldn't they?
Yeah.
If they don't own it now, I'm sure they'll own it in a few years' time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Coming back to current days, and you mentioned earlier one of the big draws of Walt Disney Studios Park over the years has been the shows, and you on your recent trip saw one of the brand new shows, all revolving around Pixar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah, it's a really, really good show, actually. Yeah. It's, I mean, what we said, I mean, it sounds silly because it's in France, but it's a bit like the what's it called? The Frozen thing. A lot of it is in French.
Right.
Which for the young, it should be with it being in France, but with the little ones especially, they sort of get lost a little bit with how much is in French. There's a lot of it in French, but the actual show, like to see it and everything, is it's
very Pixar, like the colours very much. Woo.
Yeah.
It is a nice, lovely addition.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Because they weren't really using that theatre for anything. I remember we did Marvel meet and greets there.
Yeah, in COVID, they changed the Marvel meet to meet the Marvel people. They lined up 4 of them, didn't they, for you to go meet them there and have your picture taken from a distance. But which was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was good.
So it's nice they've done something nice with it. The orchestra along the bottom is a lovely,
Yeah,
and then it moves to the side.
Moves to
It's
the
a
side,
lovely.
yeah.
Oh, so it's live music when you're in there.
Yeah.
Interesting. And what's the show like? Is it a projection? Is it CGI like Pixar? Are there live action performers, etc., or is it a combination of all?
Live action, but then you've got these really cool like I don't know what you'd say, like electronic. I wouldn't say boards because like screens, but like they're forever moving and stuff, and then they change and they have like different scenes. So they'll at the end of a scene they'll put these screens across to show the end of that scene, and then you can, because we were sat near the side, you can see them like scrambling to get the next kind of stage set.
You can see different things depending on where you're sitting. And there's different things coming down from the sky and stuff, isn't there? It's it is very impressive. It's
nice.
How does it compare to what seemingly is everyone's favourite, Mickey and the Magician? Is it comparable?
No. No, Mickey and the Magician is fantastic, isn't it? It's,
that's iconic. It'd be very sad if they ever get rid of that. That's a great show. Did you guys do that show this time?
Yeah, definitely one of the better shows. I still stand by the Lion King show in Disneyland Park was probably the best show that we watched, but this is a close second. It was great, wasn't it?
It's just the way they're just tying lots of different things, isn't it? It's not just one type of film. It's all different films, isn't it? It's really good.
Yeah. And how about the Disney Junior show?
Yeah, we like that one,
the
don't we?
Dream Factory one.
Dream Factory.
Have you guys ever done that one?
Yeah, we did it in March, and Penny absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's great. We saw the original, the one that was on before it. Do you remember when we first went?
Yeah.
Isabel was 2.5.
Yeah.
And it was like one of these ones where it was just in a big area with a carpet, and you had to like sit on the floor in rows. So they've definitely spruced it up in there. The stage is pretty much the same. Obviously the backdrop was different, but
they've actually put seats.
But they've put seats in, which is a great addition. But yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, it is really good.
Lovely.
Especially for little ones. I think it's like a must do for anyone who follows, all of the sort of Disney Junior IP of Vampirina and Fancy Nancy and all of that jazz. If that's what you're in for, if your little ones are into that, then that's a must do, isn't it? It's great.
It's nice, isn't it?
Our girls aren't into any of that. They never have been, actually. I've tried my best, especially with the Lion cards.
But they still really enjoy it.
But they still loved it, even though they don't really follow too much.
I like I like the bubbles that come down with.
Yeah.
When it does Vampirina, the bubbles come down.
Oh, the little smoke bubbles.
You can pop them,
Adam was very disappointed last time.
Yeah, they never came near me, did they?
They didn't come far enough.
No. It all depends where you sit that you get to burst the bubbles.
You make sure you get to that cast member next time and say, I want to see where the bubbles land.
You were pushing down in the aisle to try and get there.
Climbing over people. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Out of the trips that you've been on, have you got any tips for listeners about the shows? Are they the sort of shows that you need to make sure you camped out before the show, hour before, or can you get lucky and get there last minute and still get in?
I mean, the one that you've got to really make sure you get there early for is the Frozen one, because it's not as big. It's not. They don't have as many people in there.
No.
And it seems very popular, but then in turn it seems very popular because they can't get as many people in there.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of showings of that though, but it does fill up quickly and early. Whereas all the others, I'd say I've seen a lot of on different groups where people are opting to buy their seats. Some people think they have to buy the seats because they've got their wires crossed like on the app, and some people like worry that they won't get a seat, so they pay. But I really wouldn't say you'd need to pay for any of the shows.
See, what I found was that we've been sat down, there's people coming in literally a minute before the show starts because they've literally come, and they've got a section for reserved seats, and if they haven't been taken, the people that come in with a minute to go, they've just put them in the reserved seats, which are really good seats. So they're sat right in front of the stage, slap bang in the middle, and they've sat there and they've shown up literally a minute before it starts. So
Okay.
it's hit and miss with regards to that, but it doesn't. I would say try and get there like 10 minutes before or something, wouldn't you? You don't have to go there ages. I mean, people queue there ages before, but when you go in, they're sort of saying to you, right, go to the end of the rows and stuff like that. So it's.
I also wouldn't say
yeah.
there's a particularly bad view in these
No.
places as well, because they're tiered. So even if you're at the back, I still think you get a decent view.
Yeah.
So I've seen it on other people's vlogs where they've been quite high up, but you don't miss out on what you can see, I wouldn't say.
No.
Yeah, we were pretty high up for the Dream Factory one, and it was a perfect view. You're up a little bit high. It's quite steep in there, but nothing like, you don't feel like you're going to topple over when you're leaning over to watch it. It was a good view from fairly high up.
Yeah.
What about the nighttime shows? When we were there, unfortunately, we didn't get the drones because of the weather for the Marvel projection that's on Tower of Terror. Have you guys got to see the whole show with the drones?
Yeah, we did.
It's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, what they do with the drones, it's brilliant. It's really, really impressive.
It's not a long show, is it? I think it is
about
it about
10 minutes,
eight or 9 minutes. I think they say on the app. So it's not long, but it's much better to have a shorter show with the amount that they put in it. I'd say it's definitely a quality show. Isn't it? It's fantastic. Really like it.
And it gets nowhere near as busy as the other parks, so you can sort of get there and you can get a decent view. You can arrive there 15-20 minutes before it starts and get a decent place, really.
Yeah, the cast members were saying to us that the further away you stand for that particular show, the better view you get. So yeah, people were arriving like with one minute.
Yeah, literally showing up. Yeah. No, it's very, very good.
Yeah, we're sad that they're not bringing the Goofy show back for Christmas. We love that one. They do a
Goofy show.
Yeah, it's like a Goofy Christmas.
Yeah, big projection on the Tower of Terror. It's that was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're not bringing it back though.
Ah, that's a shame. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, have you mentioned to everyone that you're going again? Just like kids know anything? I don't want to add that into a recording if they listen to it and be like, oh, we're going again. Do they know?
Yeah, no, they've known for quite a while actually. For this one, yeah.
The countdown's on.
So that's going to be full overlay of Christmas at that point. Hopefully some new shows, new meets and greets, etc. Have you got anything you're looking forward to for Christmas theming in the studios?
Well, so we were hoping to have that Goofy thing, weren't we? But they're not doing that now. But I mean,
I don't think there's anything Christmas themed over in studios this year, from what I've heard so far.
A few years ago, was it Christmas time? I might be wrong here, but they had Mickey's Big Band.
Yeah,
they did that at Christmas.
That's where Mickey and the Magician is.
Yeah, and they did. Okay. That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we really liked that one. But I don't think
they haven't brought it back since COVID.
No,
and they're not bringing it back this year. But I do find with Disneyland Paris, they don't. I mean, you're talking. It starts in 2 weeks this Friday. Saturday.
2 weeks Saturday.
2 weeks Saturday. The Christmas season's starting, but they haven't actually confirmed anything that's going on. Really, have they? They haven't confirmed any like fine details or even like the snacks or anything. Which, when you're going for opening weekend, is a bit like oh. So it would be a nice surprise.
Possibly they're not doing it.
But we can't really plan in terms of any different shows or anything because we don't know what's going on, which is a shame. But
they left it pretty late with Halloween as well, didn't they?
Yeah, it's a shame though because you think you want to drum up, but then I suppose they had the 30th right up until the end of September, didn't they? So
true. Yeah, true.
I suppose they're kind of in a bit of a backlog type thing because they'll stop Halloween and then I don't know, is it a week, something like that?
10 days. Was it 10 days later, isn't it?
Well, I don't know when they kind of stop Halloween. If they stop, do they stop it dead on?
They seem to stop it the day after, don't they?
I don't know.
They work their magic overnight and all of a sudden Halloween turns to Christmas.
Yeah, there's a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
All the pumpkins are gone. They're all now baubles.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, it's going to be a whole different experience and a whole different vlog series, I assume, that we all get to enjoy on your YouTube channel.
A very cold one, hopefully not wet.
Hopefully not too cold.
Yeah.
Don't think you're going to be shorts, t-shirts, and flip-flops like you've got in this one. I think there might be a jacket.
Try best.
It's saying, what's it at the minute? It's saying 13 degrees. So.
Well, that's still short weather. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll put my shorts on for that.
You've got to give the viewers what they want.
Yeah.
One ride that we have to mention for studios is my favourite ride, guys, which is Crusher's Coaster.
Crusher's Coaster, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love that ride. Have you managed to do that ride?
We didn't in March, mainly because of Hughes and Penny, but we been on it on previous trips, and it's for me it was always the best ride in studios. It probably still is. It's fab.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
What's the queues like these days? Because obviously back in the day when there was a lot less to do in studios, the queues for Crusher's Coaster used to be crazy. Are they still pretty mad?
It's still the biggest one out of the two parks, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, you're normally talking 80, 90 minutes.
So recommendation is to get there straight away as soon as you can.
Yeah, if you can.
Early magic hours, I'd say go straight there. But if you're not early magic hours, I would say wait till the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Studio seems to empty much towards the end of the day. It seems to empty much quicker than Disneyland Park does. That's probably because of the fireworks and stuff. But But yeah, it does. All of a sudden, it just goes very quiet very quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So
we're not early starters, are we?
No.
We're going a little bit later and then stay to the end, don't we?
Yeah.
So.
Hey, you missed the chaos at the gate before it opens. There's no issues in that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Do we have anything else to mention when it comes to studios?
I would like to give an honorary mention to the food place that I have no idea of the name of in Studio 1, but we love it. And we'll be very sad.
Yeah, very sad because
it's very sentimental to us.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same menu as Cafe Hyperion, so it's not.
And it's nothing fancy, is it?
It's not fancy or anything. Yeah. Even sitting in there, you think, oh. But it's very sentimental to us. We love it in there.
They used to open. There's stairs in there with a few seats at the top. They used to open to sit up there, didn't they?
I remember sitting at the top. Yeah.
And it's quite nice up there because there's a lot of stuff on the. If you actually look at the walls and look at the roof, there's quite a lot of stuff, isn't there? But down at eye level, it's not really much to look at there. But it's up. If you actually look around, there's lots going on, isn't there?
I think when it initially opened, it was the main restaurant. There wasn't too many opened at that point, and it seems to have. It's always busy. Whenever you walk past, there's always people in there grabbing a quick bite. So it's obviously still popular. We mentioned offline about the improvements and everything that's coming to the entrance of Walt Disney Studio Parks. It's going to be interesting to see what they do in that area, whether there's going to be a new restaurant in there, whether they knock the whole thing down and it's going to be open plan. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, because we like the shop in there as well. The shop's quite nice in there as well, isn't it?
The shop is fab.
But the shop as you come in on the left or as you're leaving on the right, like when you come out of Studio 1, is probably my favourite shop.
It's massive, isn't it?
I really like it. It's
just as you're coming through the turnstiles, it's on the left-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the courtyard.
It's
I think it's great. It's never too busy. I think sometimes in Disneyland Park and in the village, it can be a bit overwhelming to try and look because there's quite a lot of people. But I always find it quite calm in there. And they've turned the end bit. I don't know if that was just time of year, but
I think they've put a lot of Christmas stuff in there, don't they?
A Christmas area, which
I think they have totally different themed it because even the colour of the walls is all different. So it's literally just you go through there to the little Christmas area bit, don't you?
We bought a few Christmas decorations last time.
Nice, excellent.
They've bought out. We haven't seen any new.
Buy an extra bag or an extra suitcase.
Almost. Well, I left some of my clothes.
Did you?
No, but I left more toiletries than I needed to. I could have brought some back, but I didn't.
They haven't done many new Christmas decorations for a few years, though, have they? But we've seen.
No, they've recycled quite a lot, I think.
Yeah, this year there's quite a few new ones out, isn't there?
Yeah.
Which we bought, I think, 90% at the minute. And I think we're going to get the other 10% when we go back in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
So.
you're gonna be in the mood, aren't you? Christmas is gonna be
Yeah.
everywhere when you head over, and yeah, once you're in that vibe, then the new ornaments and stuff are definitely gonna be purchased, I guess.
We did grab a load though last time, didn't we?
Yeah. You'll have to put your order in, guys. Some of these ornaments you guys need. They are very much.
Some of them gone quite expensive though now. There's a group one that was he like 25 €25.
What does he do? Does he move and sing?
No. He's not.
Okay.
No, there's nothing. It's literally what's he holding? He's holding like a cookie, isn't he?
You know, like a cassette tape.
Yeah.
A Christmas cookie cassette tape, which is very
cool.
Yeah.
It is very sweet, but
25.
But then you've got ones like another one we've got off the top of my head is Huey, Dewey, and Louie. In
Amazing.
A Disneyland Paris train
like a mine
carriage,
like a mine.
Oh, cool.
Like Minecraft.
Oh.
Like a Big Thunder Mountain. One of the
like a carriage.
Things, yeah,
and
carriage
that was what 16.
Yeah. There's some that are really some that are again really reasonable price.
That's reasonable. Yeah.
Reasonable. Yeah. And then we got the
annual pass,
which we're going to make the most of because we will not be renewing.
No, we're not going to do this time.
No.
I think next year there's a bit too much change going on, and we were hoping the Frozen area was going to be open next year, which it's not. So.
Probably a good year to break, given that there's going to be a lot of construction. And obviously, the initial part of it's going to be a little bit of chaos as well. Maybe let that lull die down a little bit. Obviously, you got Disneyland Hotel over in the other park. That's going to be opening soon as well. So there's going to be a lot of people heading into that sort of area. So, but yeah, probably if you're gonna give a break of an AP, it's probably the time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when we look again, they'll probably be about £500 more expensive.
Yeah. It's the Disney way.
We definitely got the youth added on this year, haven't we? We didn't know how many times
Always
we've
looking.
Oh yeah.
Always looking.
Yeah.
Gonna make those memories.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. There will always be something new, and irrespective of how much they're going to charge us, we will always head over. That's the thing about Disneyland Park. That's the thing about Walt Disney Studios Park and Disney in general. It's got us hooked, and we'll all be back again. Good stuff. Yeah. Awesome. I think we're done, aren't we? I think we've covered studios. Anything else that you want to pop in right at the end? Anything that you can think of?
Another quickly to mention about studios is that even though it's tiny compared to Disneyland Park, they do have a baby services area.
Oh, cool.
So as you go into the park, it's on your right, directly opposite the shop that we were just talking about in the courtyard. It's quite tucked away, but it's just the next one along from guest services, and you can go in there and there's high chairs and a baby changing and a little toilet and a microwave for milk or food or whatever. So it's good to know. They don't sell single nappies for when you've forgotten your nappies, do they, Adam?
No.
Oh no.
No, they don't. It's very expensive.
But they do charge you about €25 for a pack of 10. But
yes. But if
when
you
forget,
you
forget.
Yeah.
Do you have a Mickey or Minnie at least on the nappies, or are they just
they are French
generic?
Right.
Oh no.
I don't care what they put on the nappies for that price. Unless it's coated in gold, I don't really want to pay. But it is good though to have that there, though, isn't it? It's very handy to have it there.
Oh, definitely.
And it's really good in there, though, isn't it? It's
they're very good there, and I think any missing children go to these places.
Yeah, we've tried to lose ours, but they just seem to find their way back.
Keep finding. Yeah.
That's the thing. What can you do, eh?
Well, you know where Isabel's going to be. She's either going to be an Aussie racer, or she's going to be in Tower of Terror.
Yeah, it's going to be. And she likes the Flight Force, doesn't she? She likes Flight Force.
I don't think she likes that one as well. She's not too happy with how much you get a head wobble on there.
But she said she's going to get back on, isn't she?
Well, it's your turn to take it this time because I'm not taking
it. And on the whole, though, we do love studios, don't we?
Yeah, it's a very up and coming, exciting place to be, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They're gone are the days where people are saying it's a half-day park. We noticed there it's definitely not a half day. It's more than a half day, and with the additions that they're going to be bringing in, it's gonna take a full day, which means you need some extra time when you head over to DLP. And no one minds that, do they?
We always say people that say like half day. If you look at what they do in that, they don't actually get it. They just do what they want to do for that half day.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose any park would be half day if you just do what you want to do, wouldn't you? But
yeah,
it's if you actually try and do everything, you couldn't get it done, could you?
No. I mean, shows. There's so many shows there, and they do take up quite a lot of time when you look at like planning.
Trying to
fit it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a great park. I really like it.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
Excellent, good stuff. Well, we will look forward to seeing the Walt Disney Studios Park in all of its festive glory in an upcoming vlog series to come on your YouTube channel. But for now, if you would like to see a more autumnal version of Walt Disney Studios Park and Disneyland Park, be sure to head over to Taylasoldastime on YouTube and check out the current vlog series for Ashleigh and Adam and family. Great stuff. Thank you kindly for joining me again, both of you, to talk Walt Disney Studios. I may bug you for another upcoming one, if we can sit down and talk about all things accommodation, village, give the listeners some hints and tips of where to eat, where to shop, and also where to stay in the future.
We're happy to do that. Yeah, plenty to talk about, isn't there?
We need to talk about another Disneyland Paris trip, you know.
Yes. Noah needs.
Absolutely.
Noah fancies going over, doesn't he?
Yeah, he said web slingers is for any age.
Yeah.
Any.
That's it. Excellent. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to tell me twice. You know that. We'll certainly see if we can get something else sorted in the future for sure. It was a great time over in March, and yeah, we'll be joining you guys over there again soon for sure. Okay, guys, thank you once again for joining us today. If you like this episode, please rate and review wherever you are tuning in and share amongst your friends, as it really helps our little podcast grow. Be sure to check out our previous episodes that we've recorded, and if you're on Instagram, you can find us over at Devonshire_Diz. If you're interested in sharing your love for all things Disney, feel free to get in contact with me there. We look forward to saying hey. Also, be sure to check out Taylasoldastime on Instagram and on YouTube. But for now, thank you once more for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!
Bye! Thank you for having us!